First up on the show, a day after Hezbollah's drone attack on an Israeli base killed 4 soldiers and wounded dozens, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to hit the Iran-backed group without mercy. He said Israel will continue to mercilessly strike Hezbollah in all parts of Lebanon, including Beirut. Netanyahu made the statement after his visit to the military base hit by the militant group in northern Israel.
I want to clarify, we will continue to mercilessly strike Hezbollah in all parts of Lebanon, including Beirut. All this according to operational considerations. We have proven it recently and we will continue to prove it in the days to come.
The Israeli Defense Forces said that it is investigating how the drone evaded its sophisticated air defense systems and hit the Golani Brigade training facility south of Haifa. Israel Army released footage of what it said, the military operations of the Golani Brigade in southern Lebanon. Now, meanwhile, Israeli soldier Amitai Alon, who was killed with 3 others in a drone attack, was buried in northern Israel's Agamon Hula on Monday, with mourners crying over his coffin wrapped in an Israeli flag. Now, prior to Netanyahu's comments on Hezbollah, new airstrikes against targets in Lebanon, including one in the northern Christian majority town of Aitu, killed at least 21 people. And according to Aitu mayor, the house hit in the Israeli strike has been rented to displaced families. The IDF says it has struck some 230 targets in Lebanon and Gaza over the past 24 hours, out of which over 200 Hezbollah targets, including rocket launchers and anti-tank positions, were attacked in Lebanon. Furthermore, Israeli army released footage of what it said was a Hezbollah underground compound in southern Lebanon. Israeli army spokesperson Admiral Daniel Hagari, commenting from inside the tunnel, said the alleged compound was intended for Hezbollah to do a larger scale massacre than the 7th of October.
We're now in the bunker that we found underneath a Lebanese house in a Shia village only a couple of kilometers from our border. This bunker was ready for Radwan forces, for a battalion of Radwan forces to enter into this bunker and do a raid into Israel and do a larger scale of massacre than the 7th of October. They were planned with the motorcycles here to go to Kiryat Shmona, to Iftach, to villages and positions inside Israel and conduct a massacre.
As Israel presses its campaign against Hezbollah militants in southern Lebanon, the United Nations Security Council voiced strong concerns after several UN peacekeeping positions in southern Lebanon came under fire. The UN peacekeeping chief said United Nations peacekeepers will stay in all positions in Lebanon despite Israeli calls for them to move.
The decision was made that UNIFIL would currently stay in all its position in spite of the calls that were made by the Israeli Defense Forces to vacate the position that are in the vicinity of the Blue Line.
And though the Israeli PM has rejected accusations that Israeli troops deliberately targeted UN forces in Lebanon as completely false and repeated a call for them to be withdrawn from combat zones.
Hezbollah uses UNIFIL facilities and positions as cover while it attacks Israeli cities and communities. These attacks have claimed the lives of many Israelis, including yesterday.
In southern Gaza, the Palestinian Ministry of Health said the Israeli forces killed at least 15 people, including 6 children and 2 women overnight, while 2 Palestinians, including a teenager, were killed in the West Bank city of Jenin. Meanwhile, in Iraq, a funeral was held for Iranian Revolutionary Guard Deputy Commander Brigadier General Abbas Nilforousa, who was killed in the Israeli strikes along with Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah on September 27th. The head of the IRGC Foreign Operations Arm, the Quds Force, Ismail Khani, attended the funeral for the slain general in Tehran. And our correspondent Jody Cohen sent us more.
Right, so the Israel Defense Forces said that they found a large underground Hezbollah complex, including 800 meters of tunnels under a village in South Lebanon. They said this was a Hezbollah base from which Hezbollah planned to attack Israel, similar to Hamas's massacre on the 7th of October, but on a larger scale. Now, in the tunnel, they found arms, including anti-helicopter missiles, mortar shells and rifles, motorbikes, beds, and a fully stocked kitchen. And there are reports that Hezbollah plans to kidnap Israeli civilians there into southern Lebanon. Now, in the latest, on Monday evening, 180 communities in Israel had to seek shelter from Hezbollah rockets into central Israel, including in Tel Aviv. And in a rare attack in northern Lebanon, Israel carried out a strike in Attu, with reports that Israel may have been targeting a senior Hezbollah leader there. And Israel is also reportedly targeting Hezbollah's drone operations in an attempt to prevent further drone attacks.
And we also asked Jody about Israel's response to the UN peacekeeping chief over threats to its mission.
Right, so UNIFIL has said that they would stay in all positions in South Lebanon, and that's after Israel called for UNIFIL to temporarily move out of harm's way. We know that 5 UN soldiers have been likely injured in the fighting between Hezbollah and Israel. Prime Minister Netanyahu has categorically refuted claims that the IDF targeted the UN soldiers, saying that Hezbollah is taking cover by UN positions, that Israel is coordinating with UNIFIL while defending Israel. Now, UNIFIL is there under UN Resolution 1701, and the agreement was supposed to keep Hezbollah disarmed and north of the Litani River. But the IDF said that the tunnels and weapons that they found were close to UNIFIL positions and near the Israeli border. And many commentators are suggesting that UNIFIL has been ineffective in implementing 1701. Now, Netanyahu went further, saying that UNIFIL's refusal to evacuate makes them hostages of Hezbollah and endangers them and the lives of Israeli soldiers.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.